más sabrosa. Es muy fácil de preparar. Solo agrega agua al tiempo y obtendrás tortillas con todo el sabor al maíz de tu tierra.
We will take questions. We have a microphone. So if you want to ask a question, please raise your hand and we will bring the microphone to you. Si hay preguntas en español, puede traducirlo conmigo. Okay? Jurgen, your thoughts on the game USA Honduras?
First of all, I'd like to thank the Honduran Federation and everybody involved in getting us here and hosting us here for a nice welcome. We're all excited because we start the final round of World Cup qualifying, 10 matches ahead of us, and we start here in Honduras in a sellout stadium tomorrow night is exciting us, and we are ready for it.
Can I just stop midfield?
Yeah, as you said, these single fixture dates that fall in the middle of our seasons are always a challenge. You know, it's important for every guy to come in with the right mentality and really ready from the time that plane lands in Miami to be mentally and physically ready to prepare themselves for the game. And I think, you know, we have a good group of guys who have the experience of doing this over a few years. And, you know, when you get to this point of qualifying, when you get ready for games like this, where, you know, so much is on the line, we don't need a whole lot of motivation. You know, there's a real sense in our team of excitement. You know, we can see the World Cup on the horizon, so we're excited to get going, and I think in all ways we'll be ready to go.
Shared with guys who have not played in Central America in a road qualifier about how to prepare, what to expect, what they're walking into tomorrow.
The main thing is you never know exactly what to expect. You know, from the time that you get here until the time that you leave, can be 50 things that go on that don't go exactly to plan. It can be the hotel, it can be the field, it can be the referee, it can be the crowd. There's so many points along the way where things can work against you. And that's where you have to have the team mentality and the team spirit and the commitment and determination that says, listen, we're coming here to get a job done, and no matter what happens, we're going to stick together, we're going to fight for each other, we're going to all be committed to doing whatever we have to do to make sure that we walk off the field with a good result. And, you know, as I said before, there's a big part of this group who have experience of these big games, and, you know, trying to show the newer ones, the younger ones, what that's going to be like. At the end of the day, for the guys who haven't been here, they'll figure it out quick.
Hello. First, welcome to our beautiful country and very friendly city, San Pedro Sula. Jurgen, hello. Das macht unsere Kontosantische Nationalmannschaft aus. And for my club, it was the most difficult to play here.
Well, talking about Honduras, obviously there's a lot of respect for Honduras. There's respect for all the players. You know, I think if you follow them over the last couple of years, they've done really well qualifying for the World Cup in South Africa. I watched them myself in the stadium there. And throughout CONCACAF, and players, you see players now moving also to Europe. It's a sign of recognition. It's a sign of they're doing well. So we have the right respect for the team and for their coach, doing a tremendous good job. And we know it's going to be a difficult task, but that's what World Cup qualifying is all about. It's about adjusting to different situations, to different opponents, to different environments, and get the job done. And we are here to get the job done. So we are here to win the game. And so we're focused, as Michael said, if everybody just sticks together and gives everything he has, then I think we'll walk away with a positive result. And we're looking forward. It goes back a bit to the question before, you're building the next generation, and you're hoping that the players, when they get the opportunity to step it up and to grow into an international player. And I think in that kind of phase right now, you see Omar Gonzalez come through, or Matt Easter come through, players that we saw now over 3.5 weeks in the January camp, they try to put their stamp on that camp. And only the games will tell you that going forward, when they get a chance to play, how they deal with it and how they mature in those games. But what we've seen over the last months has been quite exciting. Players are now ready for it, that are hungry for it. Not only these two, also Brad Davis, he wants to badly come back into this circle of guys. And Brad Everton has done extremely well in the camp. So they're knocking at the door, and we need that competition. We need that kind of alertness from these guys to understand their moment and build also the future of that team going forward.
Good morning, Coach. Jorge Martinez for CentroDeportivo.com. Landon Donovan has been the face for the U.S. team for many, many years, and he's not in the group right now. Do you think that he might be in your plans in the future?
Well, right now he's not here, and we have no problem with that because we have a team full of talent, a team full of players that know how to get jobs done. And when one player is not there, another one jumps in, and it's a huge opportunity for whoever fills in that spot and does really well. And we have so many good leaders within the group, as I mentioned before, with Clint, with Michael, with Jermaine, with Timmy Howard and other ones. So it's absolutely no problem at all for us.
Thank you.
La pregunta era, Landon Donovan obviamente no está en los planes del equipo, y eso porque es para este partido. Obviamente Landon Donovan no está en el equipo, pero no hay problemas con esto. Tenemos varios jugadores buenos que son capaces de jugar esa posición, son jugadores jóvenes que quieren jugar y han luchado para estas posiciones. Tenemos jugadores como Clint, Michael, Jermaine que son capaces de jugar en cualquier posición específicamente. Entonces para nosotros no es un problema que Landon no esté.
Good morning, guys. Michael's question for you. Just curious, the Hex just seems like such a different animal than what you do week to week in Italy and other European leagues. You enjoy it, and if enjoy is not the right word when you sort of look at this thing as a whole, what does it add to a player's career to sort of participate in this, I guess, what's it gauntlet?
I enjoy it a lot. To represent your country, to represent the United States of America in games of this magnitude it's a dream, an honor. And when you come to these countries and you see how much these games, how much football means to them, and to see the atmospheres in the stadiums, and to have the experience of playing in big games like this, this is what you grow up dreaming to do. So I think every one of us, when we get on the plane yesterday to Miami, ready to come down here, there's just a real sense of excitement. We look each other in the eye and say, all right, here we go. And we know what to expect, and we're going to be ready to give everything we have.
Cambio en este equipo, al que manejaba tu padre, en relación a la forma de juego, y para el profesor Klinsman, el hecho de convocar 17 jugadores que juegan en el extranjero, es más fácil manejar un grupo que juega en el extranjero a los que juegan en la MLS.
For Michael, do you notice many changes from the previous coaching staff and this coaching staff now that you've been playing with both? And for Jurgen, is there a different way that you coach players coming from Europe than you coach players in the MLS, for example?
It's only normal that when a new coach comes in, that there's going to be new ideas and new ways of doing things. And I think really from the first day that Jurgen came, there's been a lot of excitement on the side of the players. You know, excitement to listen, to learn, to understand the way that he wanted to do things. And I think, as always in any team, there's a period where you know, he's trying to watch and to learn and to understand who the players are that he can count on. And at the same time, we're trying to pay attention to him and pay attention to understand what he wants. And I think every day, as we continue to grow as a team, as we continue to improve, that this understanding becomes better and better. And now, as we get to this final stretch before the World Cup, I think every person inside of our group feels very good about the progress that we're making, and you know, there's a lot of confidence in ourselves as we move forward.
La respuesta de Michael fue: es normal que haya nuevas ideas y cambios con un director técnico nuevo en el equipo. Estamos como jugadores todos muy contentos de jugar con este staff de entrenadores y con Jurgen Klinsman. Como entrenador, él nos observa y nos estudia, y nosotros como jugadores hacemos todo lo posible para aprender lo máximo que podamos aprender de él y del resto de los entrenadores. Queremos mejorar nuestro nivel como jugadores con Jurgen y todos queremos que el equipo prospere.
Second part of the question, no, there is no difference, you know, how we work with European players or MLS players or players that play in Mexico. The challenge for us coaches in that moment is just to get everybody on the same page, understand what we expect from them when they come into our environment, how we want to play, how we train, what goals we have, and how we want to achieve those goals. So we are totally independent on where they're coming from. You know, so we treat them all the same way and develop hopefully a very strong team.
Yes. La respuesta de Jurgen Klinsman fue: no hay diferencia entre los jugadores que vengan de Europa, de la MLS o de México, por ejemplo. Son todos jugadores, todos quieren aprender y jugar igual, todos tenemos que entrenar igual y alcanzar las mismas metas. Son todos iguales.
You go into this with a point total in mind? Like you need a certain amount of points to qualify, is there a certain number you have in the back of your head?
3 points.
I mean, for the whole 10 game thing. Other than 30.
No, I'm not into that kind of calculation mood, no. No, I take it one game at a time. I think we all do that. We know it's going to be a tough road, and we'll just have to start it on the right foot right away tomorrow night. But I'm not calculating X amount of points given me. This.
Thanks, Jurgen. Thanks, Michael. Before we go, there's a mix zone at the stadium at 3:30. Training is at 4 p.m. It will be open for the first 15 minutes. Tenemos una zona mixta a las 3:30 en el estadio. El entrenamiento empieza a las 4 y está abierto los primeros 15 minutos.